importance of exception handling. So exception handling in Python. Exception handling in Python I am going to discuss. Let's start the discussion about exception handling in Python. Index I am going to talk. Index I am going to talk about it. What is this exception handling is? Now, first one, purpose of exception handling. Purpose of exception handling. Next I am going to talk about purpose of exception handling. Next I said definition of exception. Definition of exception. Definition of exception. Next I am talking about definition of exception handling. Definition of exception handling. Next I am going to talk about definition of exception handling. Next I am going to talk about types of errors. Types of errors. There I am going to talk about compile time errors. Compile time errors. Second is called what logical errors. Logical errors. C is called what runtime errors. Runtime errors. Types of errors. Compile time errors, logical errors, runtime errors. I'll explain them. Now I am talking about building points. Building points. Building points. Building points in learning. In learning exception handling. Exception handling. Now after that, we are entering into types of exceptions. Types of exceptions. There I am talking about the predefined or built-in exceptions. Built-in exceptions. Built-in exceptions. B, I am going to talk about predefined or built-in exceptions. Next I am talking about programmer, very, very important. Programmer or what do you call it, user or what do you know? Custom defined exceptions. Custom defined exceptions. Custom defined exceptions. Custom defined exceptions. I am going to talk about it. Next, I am going to talk about syntax keywords. Keywords used in exception handling. Keywords used in exception handling. What are the keywords used in exception handling? Number one, try. Number two is what? Except. Number three, else. Number four, writing finally. Number five, writing here raise. Next, I'm talking about syntax for handling exceptions. Syntax for handling exceptions. Syntax for handling exceptions. So then next programming examples will start. Programming examples will start. This is about one level of development. Next after that, one more type of development. This is one case, students. First part of that. We are talking about steps for developing programmer defined exceptions. Programmer defined exceptions. Programmer defined exceptions. Steps for developing programmer defined exceptions. Next I'm talking about programming examples. Programming examples. This is the most important topic, students. This is the most important. This is the most important. Most important. Next I'm talking about one more kind of thing. I'll write it. Implementation of ATM related operations. ATM related operations. That is nothing but what? Case study. Case study. So a case study is nothing but simple something like what? In my class, it is just a case study. In some different classes, they will say it is a project. Project means what? At least 50 to 60 files will be there. That is called a project. It is called a case study. I will explain case study related to what? ATM related operations with exceptions. With exceptions. With exceptions. What is this case study I am discussing here? ATM operations. So how in real world that exceptions? After listening this topic, you will become extraordinary knowledge students. Okay. Now I will start entering into the exception handling now. Let us save this. Let us save this. Now I am going to take up. I'll take 4 p.m. Go to this place. There 6 p.m. I'll take exceptions now. I will take it here exceptions now. There I'm going to talk about notes. Index I will save it. Index of what? Exception handling. I'm going to take. Done. Now let's start purpose of what? Exception handling. This will take 4 days, students. 4 days. And in the 4 days, first day coming, third day coming, closing ceremony coming, you will get exceptions first. That's why you must be perfect in the attending of the classes. When course is increasing, you have to have a lot of commitment. Okay, now? Shall we start now? Fine. So, let's start the discussion, student. So, I'll go for next entering into the exception handling now. Exception handling I want to take up now. Shall we start now? Yes. Now, exception handling in Python, I am going to start. What is the purpose of it? The main purpose of exception handling, the main purpose of exception handling is that to build what to build robust applications. To build robust applications. What do you mean by robust? I will say strong. What is meant by strong? I'm going to discuss. So every topic will have the purpose. What is the purpose of exception handling? To build robust applications. For that purpose, we go for what do you mean by robust? I just want to talk about it. Start up? Well, take a direct example. Suppose I want to go for taking, you take a simple example, something like this. What the point is? Take ATM, because you are very frequently interacting with it. When you go to an ATM center means it is an application already running inside. When you keep your card, that application is under running only. When you keep your card data will be read and further operation initiated, right? When you go to an ATM center, what will happen? You will do the transaction and you will come out of it. After entering, what are you doing? I am explaining and you try to interact. The moment when you enter into the ATM center and accidentally or intentionally or incidentally, you kept your card in reverse order and you did not see, in a hurry mode, you kept your card in reverse order. What is the message coming? Remove the card and insert properly. What is that message is called? User-friendly error message. Spell out. User-friendly error message. Next. That means, who is the person entering into ATM center? End user, right? We are the end users. An end user is entering into ATM center and keeping the card in reverse order. And the application is telling to me the mistake which I did. That is known as what message is coming? Remove the card and insert properly. That message any person can understand. That is called what? User-friendly error message. Okay. Now, who has written that code internally? That message is not coming automatically through machine. Through machine it is not coming. Through what it is coming? Through some code it is coming, right? Because of some code is written internally. Through that code only, that user-friendly message is coming. In simple words, when the end user commits a mistake, about the mistake your application is telling to him, it is known as what? User-friendly error message. Such a type of user-friendly error messages is developed in the coding by using which concept? exception handling mechanism. Take your mobile once again. To unlock your home screen, you are writing the pattern or something, PIN number you are entering. When you enter wrong pattern or wrong PIN, what will come? Come on, invalid PIN or invalid pattern. What is that message? User-friendly error message. Which message? User-friendly error message. You take Gmail, you enter your password wrong. What is coming? Invalid password. What is that message called? User-friendly error message. You take your phone pay, you enter the amount and you are entering your PIN. You are entering the PIN wrong. What is coming? Invalid PIN. What are all these messages? That means in simple word, any sort of application in real time you take it, of Java, C#.NET, Python, anything you take it. Anything you take it. What is the messages are coming when the end user commits a mistake? User-friendly error messages. How these user-friendly error messages actually developed it? By using the topic name called what? Good. Suppose if your application did not give user-friendly error messages, what is that application is called? Easy. When I go to an ATM center, you kept the card in reverse order. It is giving only beep sound is coming. Will you understand the beep sound meaning? You will kick off the ATM and you will go to other ATM center. Other ATM center, you are keeping the card as this. It is saying, please remove the card and insert properly. And you'll get smile face. There I kept a reverse order. Beep sound is coming. I am not understanding what is that beep sound. Here it is giving a beautiful application is developed. This software is very strong. That software is what? Very weak. I mean to say, in real time, when you develop any sort of source code, you have to write two things. One is valid output is supposed to generate. How to generate the valid output? How to give the user-friendly error messages. When they enter perfectly, when you keep the code properly, you process it. When they keep the code reverse order, you tell them that you are doing the message. So both the cases you are successful or not. If you are reading well, you will get the job successful. Not reading, exception will come. Not reading, job will not come. Similarly, I am going to say two things from now onwards. Valid input gives what? Valid result. Invalid input is entered. What message has to be given? User-friendly error message. To give the user-friendly error message, you have to use what? Exception handling concept you need to use. Dear students, now I am going to give a conclusion. In real time, any technology, any language, when the end user enters which message? When the end user enters which input? Invalid input. By default, we will get what? Technical error message will come. By default, which message will come? Who will not understand technical error message? End user will not understand. Who will understand? The programmer can understand. Who will not understand? End user. End users will understand which messages. That's why it is the responsibility of the programmer convert what messages? Technical error messages into user-friendly error messages by using the concept of what? Exception handling. What is the definition of exception handling? The process of converting technical error messages into user-friendly error messages is called exception handling. So that's why in every real-time application, exception handling is must. Without exception handling, there is no real-world applications at all. While you are driving the bike, how you keep the helmet now? Like that, when you develop the application, you require strong application to develop. Such strong applications can be developed by using what? Exception handling. So did you understand the meaning of exception handling? You learn Oracle, there is an exception handling. You learn JavaScript, there is an exception handling. You learn C++, exception handling. C language does not contain exception handling. C++ onwards, exception handling. But they are all called weak languages, not that much powerful than Python and Java. Python is containing strong exception handling facilities are there. What is the use of exception handling? What is the use of exception handling? To build what? Robust application. What is the definition of exception handling? The process of converting technical error messages into user-friendly error messages is called what? Exception handling. Is it understandable, students? Shall I move forward? Now I am going to enter into the further. What is my topic name? Very, very easy. Now I am going to say in real time, I am going to continue, students. Carefully follow. In real time, to develop in real time, carefully follow. To develop in real time, to develop any type of application, to develop any type of application, we must use a language. We must use compulsory a what? Language. We must use compulsory a language. We must use a language. We must use a language. Are you following me? We must use a language. And by using the language, we develop, compile, and what? Execute. We compile, we develop, here. We develop, compile, and execute the applications. Execute the programs or what? Applications. We develop or execute the applications. During this process, we get three types of errors. Three types of what? Errors. Now I am coming to the subject. They are number one. Come on, students. Come on. Number one, compile time errors. Right. Runtime errors, compile time errors. Second is called what? Logical errors. And the next third one is runtime errors. Easy, students. Now I want to talk about what? Compile time errors I want to talk. Sir, why compile time errors are coming? Why logical errors are coming? I want to give some description. How many types of errors? Three types. Tell me, what are those three? Compile time errors, logical errors, runtime errors. Are you getting my point? Good. Sir, why compile time errors are coming? I'll write few points. Number one, compile time errors occurs during what time? During compilation process. Compilation process. Now I want to ask a question. What is compilation process? Converting .py into what? .pyc is called what? Compilation process. Converting the compilation process. This is called a compilation process. During compilation process, .py to what? .pyc. Are you getting my point? Next, I'm going to take up. What is this? Why these errors are coming? Why these errors are coming? Tell me. Why these errors are coming? These errors are coming due to what? These during a compilation process. .py to what? .pyc. These errors occurs due to what? Syntaxes are not followed. Syntaxes are not followed. Syntaxes are not followed. Due to syntaxes are not followed, you are getting what? Compile time errors. Example, go to the Python environment. Go to the Python environment. Everything is practical. No such theoretical sentences. A is equal to 10. B is equal to 20. C is equal to what? A plus B. A plus only I am writing. Plus B I am not writing. Only plus I am writing. Is it a syntax error or not? PVM is getting a problem there. What is the error now? A plus, only plus I wrote it. So I wrote plus over there. Because of plus writing, what is happening? Right side expect one more value or not? What error it is? All syntax errors are called what? So who will solve that errors? Come on, take out faster. What is the compile time errors? Compile time errors solved by whom? Compile time errors solved by whom? Solved by programmers. Solved by programmers during the development time only. During what time? Development time only you need to take care. Dear students, all of you must understand, due to syntaxes are not followed, we'll get compile time errors. solved by the programmers during development time. This is called what? Compile time errors are coming. Who will solve this type of errors? Programmers only will solve it. I hope you people are following me. Understanding, my dear students? Right. Coming to what next? Logical errors I am talking. What are the logical errors now? Come on, all of you. Logical errors are occurring. Logical errors are occurring during what? During what? Execution time. During execution time or what? Runtime. During runtime. Runtime means what? PVM reads the byte code and convert into executable code. During that time only we are getting. Sir, why these errors are coming? These compile time errors are occurring due to what? Syntax is not followed. These are coming due to what? Due to, tell me, wrong logic. Due to what logic? Wrong logic you are using. During wrong formulas you are using. Wrong formulas you are using. Due to wrong logic or what? Invalid logic you are using. That time you will be getting this type of errors. Are you able to follow, students? Due to wrong logic or invalid logic we are getting. A simple example I would like to quote here. A is, somebody asked to calculate A plus B is by 2. Calculate A plus B by 2, where A is equal to 10 and B is equal to 3. A is equal to 10 and B is equal to what? 3. Tell me now, what is the answer now? A is equal to 10 and B is equal to what? 3. What is the answer now? Somebody written, programmer 1 has written, C is equal to A plus B by 2 written. A plus B by 2 written. A plus B by 2 written. What is the value of A? 10. 10 plus what? 3 by 2. What is the answer now? 10 plus 1.5, which is equal to what? 11.5 is an answer. One programmer has written. One more programmer written like this. A plus B by 2. One more person has written A plus B by 2. What is an answer now? 10 plus 3 by 2. What is an answer now? 6.5. 13 by 2 is correct. Which one is correct? P1 answer is correct. P2 answer is correct. P2. So Python compiler don't know whether it is a correct logic or not. This is called a wrong logic. That's why wrong result. So this is coming because of wrong logic or invalid logic. We are getting what? Logical error. Are you understanding? Go to the environment and check it out, students. A is equal to 10. B is equal to 3. C is equal to A plus B by 2. You see, answer you print C, called what? 11.5. One more person has written A is equal to 10, B is equal to 10, C is equal to what? A plus B by 2. A plus B by 2. Print the C, 6.5. Are you following my point? Getting, students? It is very, very simple. I hope, students, you are understanding. Which logic is correct? Second one is correct. Python environment don't know what is the correct logic and what is the wrong logic. Whatever you are writing, that will execute. Did you understand logic error, students? Right. Coming to the point back, logical errors are those which are occurring during what? Execution or runtime. Due to wrong logic or invalid logic, this will be coming across. So coming to the point back, now I am going to say, due to wrong logic, during execution time, during logic or invalid logic, this will be coming. Are you following me? Now, coming to the point back, who will solve this? These errors solved by, I am writing, solved by what? Programmers. During what time? Development time. During development time only you will correct that logic. Got it? Well, coming to, these are the errors. Compile time errors are occurring because of what? Syntax is not followed. Logical errors are coming due to what? Wrong logic or invalid logic. Well, coming to runtime errors. My dear students, now I am going to say, I'll go for what? Runtime errors. Shall we write the runtime errors? Well, runtime errors are occurring during, these things are also called, one more is also there. One more name is also there. What is that, ma? Implementation errors we can call. Spell out. Another name for runtime errors is implementation error. What do you mean by implementation? What do you mean by implementation? A product being used by the end user is called implementation. Suppose a product is under development. It is called a development stage. Once it is released to the market, it is under what? Implementation level. During the implementation, if end user do some wrong activity, they will get what? A runtime error. They designed the bike very well. No error. There is no defect in the bike. The driving person is doing wrong activity. That's why falling down or something is failing. So implementation time, you must handle it with very care. Now I am going to say, during what time it is coming? Execution time. Now why this type of things are coming? Why these things are coming? During what law? During what? Due to. These are coming due to. Due to invalid input. Invalid input are also called as what? Wrong input. Wrong input entered by what? Application user. Application user. So application user. And next is called what? End user. Are you able to follow? Application user or what? End user. Are you following, students? Now, during execution or runtime, this is coming. Due to invalid input or wrong input entered by what? Application user or end user. These errors by default giving what type of messages? Runtime errors by default gives which messages? Technical error messages will come, which are not understandable by whom? End users. End users will understand which message? So who will come in front to convert it? Python programmer will come. So programmers will convert what? Technical error messages into. That's why every runtime error is called what? The runtime errors studied by the programmers. Studied by programmer. That is called implementation error. What errors are newly coming? They will study and they will release next level project they will release. Suppose in Apple phone some defects are there. They will give updations. That updations are called what? They studied some implementation errors. They updated it. They are giving the notification to the end users, update your software. Are you understanding? Studied by the programmers and develops which message? Develops which message? User-friendly error messages. Develops user-friendly error messages. Develops user-friendly error messages. Error messages. Are you able to follow me? Develops user-friendly error messages. These are comes under which type of errors? Now, in a simple word, all runtime errors in Python and Java in every language are called exception. Exception handling is different. Exception is different. What is exception, ma? Every runtime error is called exception. Every runtime error is called exception. Spell out. Every runtime error is called exception. Is it understandable? Every runtime error is called exception. So I'm going to conclude my sentences. All sorts of, I'm writing some few points about it. First, I will show you this type of thing. I will write some points about it. First of all, are you okay up to here? Now, shall I move forward? Now I will show you a small documentation for you students. Up to here, what you learned it, I'm just showing some small documentation. So, because instead of typing the same thing again, instead of writing that, now I'm going to give you. Just try to understand carefully. Come on, all of you. Try to read out what is the heading? Types of errors. Come on. The purpose of exception handling is that to build robust applications in real time. To develop any application, we need to choose a language. By using this language, we can develop, compile, execute various programs. During this process, we get various types of errors. They are classified into 3 types. They are compile time errors, logical errors, runtime errors. Compile time errors I am going to take up. Read out clearly. Compile time errors are those process .py to .pyc. Compile time errors occurs due to programmers not following syntaxes of the language. Compile time errors solved by programmers during development time. Logical errors I am going to take up. Come on, students. Logical errors are those which are occurring during execution time. There is a .pyc taken by PVM, converted into executable code and starts running. Logical errors occurs due to wrong representation or invalid logics of the problem. Logical errors always gives wrong results. Correct, na? Logic error means what? Wrong result. Your logic is wrong. Answer will come, but what answer? Wrong answer. Okay. Logical error solved by the programmers during development time. Next what? Runtime errors. That is known as what? Implementation errors. Carefully read out, students. Runtime errors are those which are occurring during execution or runtime. Runtime errors occurs due to wrong or invalid inputs entered by end user or application user. By default, runtime errors always generates technical error messages which are understandable by programmers but not by end users. So, industry recommended to convert technical error messages into what? User-friendly error messages by using exception handling. Is it understandable? Right. This is about types of errors. Now, purely here, you developed a complete application, no compile time errors, no logical errors. This is well and good. Now, the main important focus is on what? Runtime errors. Shall we start off? Up to here, clarity is there? Online students, please confirm it once. Now I am talking about types of errors you understand. What is the use of exception handling also? Giving an application with a user-friendly message is strong or weak? Strong. Now I am going to start with runtime errors and I am talking about the building points for learning exception handling. I would like to speak out some points here. I would like to speak out some points. Now I am talking about building points for learning. What? Building points for learning. What? Exception handling. Building points for learning. What? Exception handling. This is what I am going to discuss. Very, very easy. Now I am going to start. Tell me now. First point. I'll write so many points, students. Almost 6 to 7, 8 points I will write it. Tell me, when do you get runtime errors? When the application user enters invalid input or what input? Wrong input. Then we get come on. Then we get which errors? Runtime errors. So I will write in the bracket for your clarity purpose. Invalid input gives what? Runtime error. For your understanding, shortcut, runtime error. Are you following? Second point. All runtime errors by default generates what? By default generates which messages? Very good. Technical error messages. Now I am writing. What is this now? Runtime errors. Which message? Technical error messages. Well, technical error messages. Are you following me? Runtime errors gives what messages? Technical error messages. Third point I am going to give you. What is the third point? Tell me, all of you. Okay, I'll say you. Definition of exception I want to tell you, students. Definition of exception. So runtime error is a normal English. Normal English is runtime error. But exception meaning is what? Runtime error. Exception and abnormal occurrence of wrong inputs. A student is listening the class, all of a sudden one danger message is coming. What is happening? Abnormally leaving or not? So definition of exception, how you can define it? How you can, this is a very frequently asked question, student. How do you define it? Every runtime error of the program, is called what? Yes. Every runtime error is called exception. Every runtime error is called exception. Did you understand my point? Good. Now in the bracket, I will write it. Tell me now, don't take much time. Invalid input gives which error? Runtime error. Runtime error is known as what? Hence, every invalid input is called. That's all. Good understanding. Hence, every invalid input gives what? Exception. Every invalid input gives exception. I hope you got it. Every invalid input gives exception. Got it up? Clarity is there or got any confused? Now, hence every invalid input gives what? Exception. Now I am going to write it. Fourth point I am going to talk. Definition of exception handling I am going to talk. Definition of what? Exception handling. Definition of exception handling. So here I am writing definition of exception handling. Tell me students, what is the definition of exception handling? Tell me. The process of converting technical error messages into, yes, good. Now I am writing perfectly. I'll write it. The process of converting which messages? Technical error messages. So technical error messages into what? User-friendly error messages. User-friendly error messages is called what? Is called exception handling. Is called exception handling. Are you following me? Is called exception handling. The process of converting technical error messages into user-friendly error messages is called exception. Right. See, some of the online students are interacting with me very well. And some of the students very nicely they are interacting. Other students are not interacting. Almost 275 students are there. Only few of them I can read out their names: Naresh, Prajwala, and Yashwant, and next Vivek, and only Surya Nagaraju, and only few people are interacting. Sri Lakshmi, and only few people are interacting. So others are not interacting. So anything problem, ma'am? Are you taking snacks or what? We are writing. Okay, Samyukta, you are writing notes. Why to write notes, ma'am? Why to write notes, ma'am? I am sending the notes now. Why to write notes, ma'am? Am I writing any small points? Clear-cut notes I am writing. Clear-cut notes. Actually, I have to ask you to write the notes by yourself. That work also I am taking. Explaining, writing the notes. Doing homework also. I can say indirectly I am spoiling you. Is it? No, no. So I have to say actually to you, I have to give homework more and more. Without doing in the class, I have to give more and more homework like that. So strictly speaking, I am giving more concentration on my students than my kids. Today, my daughter got first year results, inter first year results got it. So shall I say marks? Shall I say? Huh? Don't feel that SAR is boosting. You are expecting out of 470, and don't feel students, out of 470 the first year, right? How many you got it? How many are expecting? 4. 464. She got it. She got it. So this is the one she got it. So I'll open a small moment. Patia. See students, I am saying now, marks are not important. Marks are not important. What is important? Knowledge is important. I always say in the class, you know that, right? Already you know now. So I will show you that. So I'll say that just now I entered it. It is there in my place. Hall ticket number. So I'll show you that, and don't feel that sorry showing. Why I'm saying, actually I don't want to tell, but I don't know how I am saying this. So here I already entered the number. Morning only I checked it. Actually I did not check it. Actually I need to check it, but I did not check it. My daughter sent the message. So after getting, I asked, anything should I bring it? No, dad, I got, actually I expected 467, I expected. But somehow we got some less marks, we got it. This is the number. This is a memo. It's my name is there. This is my name, complete name, KV Rao. And this is the marks. English marks, maths full, physics full, chemistry full, and this is 95 in English. Marks we got it. 464. So all of you bless my daughter. Right, students. Now I'll continue my session. Right. So with all, because even if she, because that's why I don't say to girls anytime. Because when she, actually IP target is IIT. IIT is the target. Focusing only on intermediate, only 1 month she focus. In the college also total IIT only they will only 1 month focus. English got less marks because English is not our language now. That's why maybe marks is not important. I'm not feeling that normal only. I'm feeling like a unit test. Marks is not important. What is most important? Knowledge is important, right? So that's why we need to focus on the knowledge. So I'm not saying to her, even she's reading 11:30 like that. I said that don't read that much time, go and sleep. No, dad, I want to get that. Go and sleep. So you read that. You read that. Fine. So anyhow, you by showing that, don't feel that sorry shown that. Why I shown is I am sharing some moment with you. Right. So let's start with the continuation process. Definition of what? Exception handling. The process of converting technical error messages into user-friendly error messages is called what? Exception handling. Right. Thank you, students. Those who are congratulating me. Thank you, my dear students, online students. So, okay, mom. So, okay. Thank you, students, all the students. Right. Continue. The boy means they won't read. When we say marks, they will not listen also. They won't listen. That is a problem mainly. That is the main problem. Girl, don't read much. You get a problem, health problem, means go and sleep. No, want to study, want to complete the total exercise. Boy, homework is also there, not doing homework and sleeping. That is the main problem these days. When we say something, they won't speak also. For 10 days, they won't speak. Daughter is not like that. When we go to home, daughter, you want to drink water. Daughter, you want this, you want this. Really different. I feel like that. Boy, dad, oh, let it be. You will say so many things. Done maths, done English, physics. When dad will go to class, daughter will not. Daughter will make a call. Where are you, dad? Like that. The boy will feel when dad will come, when he will ask maths, you have done homework or not. After going home, immediately sleeping. Settling in the life is very difficult. Girls, I don't know. Somehow different corner in my mind. That's my personal opinion. I don't know that. So let us, what is that? Now boys don't know how to act, sir. Oh. Okay. Aniket, we are lazy, sir. Okay, boys are lazy. Okay, moms, let it be. See, we should not act for anything. We have to have pure heart. That is very good for you. What is the need of acting? Are we cinema actors? Huh? No need. No need. Originality is required. Anyhow, students, it's my feelings I shared with you. Somehow 2 minutes I shared. Don't feel that. That's my opinion, my personal opinion. I have seen a lot of boys, whoever my relatives, daughters I have seen. This also I have seen. I felt that and I shared with you. I don't know. Maybe some boys may be there who are having affection on their parents. Mother means again lot of affection. Dad means rift is there. I don't know why that is. Okay, let it be. Now coming to the point of it. Definition of exception handling. Process of converting technical error messages into user-friendly messages is called what? Exception handling. So coming to the point of it. Respect. What respect? Surya Naraju. Respect means what? When we say study, tell me the kinetic energy definition means they have to tell. When we are asking and going the other side of the room and sleeping means what respect is there? Respect, not caring. Something is there. Not reading, not fulfilling the today's homework. Tomorrow, day after tomorrow, postponement. That's not correct. Let it be, students, whatever it is. So, when boy is not settling in the life now, it's very difficult for the parents. Girl, anyhow, she will settle. If you take my personal side, I'll give my 75% of properties to girl only. 75% of properties to girl only. It's my personal opinion. I don't know about other opinions. Let it become to the point. Definition of exception handling. So, now I will go for fifth point I'm going to say. Okay, leave it and come to the point. What happens when exception occurs? When an exception occurs, what happens when an exception occurs? Internally, PVM performs three important activities. When an exception occurs, internally, three steps takes place. Even I am explaining in the class, I am looking at the boys' side and I am explaining. I never look at girls' side. Why? Believe that they will look on the screen and they will listen. Boys, when I look at that side, phone they will take. Okay. When an exception occurs, internally three steps takes place. What are those three steps? They are, number one, I am writing. What is the number one I am writing here? So, number one I am writing A. First step. Program execution abnormally terminated. Abnormally terminated. Do you understand the meaning of abnormally terminated? When exception is occurring, first of all, invalid input gives what? Exception. Go to the example of ATM once again. Let me go for what? Program execution abnormally terminated. So I am writing here. Program execution abnormally terminated. What is happening because of that? What is the meaning of this program execution abnormally terminated? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 10. Fifth place, one exception occurring. Do you know what is happening? It will come out of the program flow. It will come out of the program flow. What is happening? 6 to 10 will not execute. That is called what? Abnormal termination. Simple, ma. Line number 1 to 20 is the ATM transaction program. In the one, inserting the code. Second step is PIN number entering. Third step is what? PIN number verification. Fifth step is options showing. Sixth step is options execution, withdraw, deposit or something. Seventh step is giving the receipt and operation result. And the eighth step, like that, I am having lot of things. In the PIN number verification only entered wrong PIN number. What will happen? It will come out of that. Card will come out. Will it stop, sir? Will it continue? It stops. Will it continue by coming to next line? No. So it has to stop. So exception handling is required to abnormally terminate if end user enters what? Wrong input. So I'm going to say, I hope you understand about what? Program execution abnormally terminated. Program execution abnormally terminated. That is number one. Program B. Program execution abnormally terminated by the PVM. PVM program execution abnormally terminated by what? PVM. Next is called what? After terminating, PVM comes out of what? Program execution. Abnormally termination is taking place. After terminating, it will come out of it. PVM comes out of program execution. PVM comes out of program execution. PVM comes out of what? Program execution. Comes out of program execution. And next, third is what? PVM by default generates, third step, by default generates which message? Technical error message. Technical error message. Now I am going to take up. PVM generates what? Technical error message. PVM generates technical error message. Are you able to follow? Now, by default, here I am writing, by default PVM generates a technical error message. I hope you are following me. These are the three things are coming. Now, sixth step, most important. Very, very easy. Shall I move forward? Now, when an exception is occurring, how many steps are doing? 3 steps are doing. One is A and one more is B and one more is what? C. One more is A and one more is B and one more is C. And one more is C point. To do these 3 points, and A, B, C points, to do it, internally, one object is created. This is a critical point student has to understand. Are you following? Suppose, for example, okay, first let me say this. When you don't understand, I'll use that example. Tell me what is happening. To perform, what is this? Step A, and next is called what? Step B, step A, step B, and next is what? And step C, To perform step A, step B, step C, what is happening? To perform step A, step B, step C, internally, what is happening? PVM creates, come on, PVM creates an object. Very, very, very important. Internally, PVM creates an object of, every object need what? Class is required. PVM creates an object of appropriate what? Exception class. Very, very important. And you will really understand very, very easily about this point. Take an example. I'll take one small example and try to see. Take the example I am going to say. Program for, okay, small example first. ex1.py. ex1.py. Say print of program execution started. Program execution started. Okay. A is equal to 10. B is equal to like this. What I am writing? A is equal to, comma, B is equal to, dot format of what? A, comma, B. C is equal to what? A by B. Now I am writing what? div is equal to, comma, what? C. Are you following, ma? div is equal to dot format of what? C. Program execution ended. Program execution ended. Now I am writing program execution ended. Getting my point? Program execution ended. Got it? Now, program execution started, program execution ended. C is equal to what? A slash B. What is an answer? 5. That means from beginning to ending, it is executing successfully or not? See the answer now. See the answer now. This is called which one? Successful execution or not? 6 p.m. Go to this place. Here I am writing exceptions here, exceptions now. Under that, you try to save it, students. Now done. 1 minute. So under this, you try to save it. Coming to the point back, here I am going to write it. Done. D colon, KVR, Python now. Say something like 6 p.m. Exceptions here. See now. What is happening? PY. See this now. EX1.py. EX1.py. So see the answer now. Program execution started. Program execution. A is 10, B2, DAV is equal to 5.0. Program execution ended. Are you able to follow, students? Now, this is called which execution? Successful execution. Why? Because of which input I am passing? Valid input I am passing. Valid input always gives what? Valid output. Very good. Now, all of a sudden, I am going to take it what? 0. Start the flow. PVM comes to which line? Line number 2. Any issue in executing this statement? No. Next line, any issue in executing? No. Any issue in executing? No. Nothing. PVM print what? This AB values. PVM is coming to danger situation here. Here it is called what? 10/0. 10/0 means what? Mathematics, it is infinity. So it is going to be called as what error? Runtime error. What input basically it is? What input basically it is? Invalid input. Invalid input gives you what error? Runtime error. Runtime error is known as what? Exception. When exception is occurring, what will happen? Technical error message will come. But okay, that is one thing. 3 steps I said. What is the first step? Number. Step number, line number 6 only stops. Abnormal termination. Number 2, PVM will come out of the program flow. And PVM generates which message? Technical error message. To do this ABC steps, internally PVM will create one object, student. That object of which class? One exception class is there. In Python, if any wrong input is coming, one object is created internally. That object is having a class. That class name is exception class. One exception class is there. The exception class for this problem. First of all, what is this problem name? Division by 0 problem or not? In English, this is known as what problem? Division by 0 problem. Division by 0 problem. Division by 0 problem. This division by 0 problem is occurring. PVM will create one object automatically. That name is, that class name is 0 division error. Spell out. 0 division error. What is 0 division error? It is a class name. It is a class name whose object is created. By whom it is created? PVM. What is 0 division error? Class name. Whose object created by whom? PVM. Which problems are coming? 0 division error. 0 by division, 0 division by 0 problems are coming. PVM will create what? 0 division error. Spell out. 0 division error will come. 0 division error will come. Shall I run my code? Line number 6 is an error is coming. Up to line number 5 executing. See, my dear student, execute. See, mom. Up to this line, execution started. And see this message. See this name. What is the problem name? Which line? Is it called? This message is which message? Technical error message. Which message we want to give? For that, you need keywords that I'll explain tomorrow session. Today, we will understand what is the exception object and all. That means when an exception is occurring internally, what is created? Object is created. That object internally contains what? What is the class name now? Now go to the Python environment. Students in the online, did you understand, my dear students? Did you understand this meaning, mom? Right. Go to that in a simplified manner. I will tell you. Come on. Once again, A is equal to 10, B is equal to 0. In a simple way, I will show you. Is it valid input or invalid input? Invalid input means runtime error. Runtime error is called exception. Exception need object. Object require exception class. That exception class name is what? Zero division error. Spell out. So people will ask you, what is zero division error? What is your answer? It is an exception class name. Classes, two varieties. Normal classes, exception classes. Normal classes will provide smooth execution. Exception classes will provide abnormal termination. Are you following me? We are the normal classes. And some police people, something is happening. They will come and take care or not. They are called what classes? Exception classes. You cannot go and take care. Are you getting my point? Are you able to get my points? Right. One more time. One more time. I am saying that A is equal to S is equal to Python. From here onwards, you see how much relaxed you will feel. S of 0. What is an answer? Come on. S of -1. What is an answer? N. S of -11. What input it is? Come on. Invalid input is called what? Runtime error. Runtime error is called what? Exception. Every invalid input is called exception. Exception means what is occurring? Object. Object require exception class. Class kaadu. Exception class. Again, what input? Invalid input is known as what? Runtime error is called exception. Exception creates object need. What is an exception class of wrong index? Index error. Simple. Index error already we learned it. Already I made you to learn error names. That error names are today called exceptions. Connect to that. You got it, huh? Now, this is called what? Index error. So like that you take care. One more kind of thing. Import KVR. What is KVR? KVR module is not there. What is an error? Module not found error. Module not found error. What is module not found error? It is an exception class. What is index error? Zero division error. One more example. A is equal to 123 ABC. 123 ABC. Tell me. I am saying that int of A. I am saying int of A. I am saying. Is it able to convert or unable to convert? Unable to convert. It is nothing but invalid number format or not. Immediately it will give you what? Come on. Value error. Already where I taught this. Then chupistan meeku. Because you are not remembering. If you don't remember, what can I do? 6 p.m. Typecasting techniques. Typecasting. Here you see typecasting. Long ago. That is nothing but what? 2023, 7:50 p.m. I said. Open the int function there and see that. Come on to this place. Here you go for this. Here 12. 1, 2, 3, 4. Some special symbols are there and some these values are there. What error it is? Value error. Today I am going to do this type of number. It is going to give you what error? Value error. A is equal to, I told 12.34. It is called one special symbol. Value error is coming or not? Value error, index error, all these things are what? Exception class names. I hope you are understanding about my conclusion. To perform step A, step B, step C, internally PVM creates an object of what? Appropriate exception class names. Do you know some class names here? Index error, module not found error, attribute error, name error, syntax error, value error, key error. These are all unbound local error. These are all called what? Exception class names. Coming to the point of it. What is my 7th point? Come on, last and final. When an exception occurs in Python, when an exception occurs in which language? Python. Then PVM creates an object of appropriate exception class. Appropriate exception class. Hence, last point I am writing. Hence, every exception in Python. Hence, every exception in Python. Every exception in Python. Every exception in Python is called what? An object. Every exception in Python is considered, I will write, is considered as what? Object. Object. And it is created with respect to which class? Appropriate. Appropriate. Not only one exception class. Many exception classes are there, na? Up with respect to what? Appropriate exception class. This is about the points to remember about what? Exception handling. Because these are very important. First of all, last 3 points are clear. So any exception occurs, it is called what? Any wrong input is entered, that is known as what? That's all. Go to once last and final. Last and final. D1 is equal to 10 colon Java, 20 colon Python, 20 colon Python, 30 colon C. Like this I am having. D1 of what? 10. Java is coming. D1 of 20, what is coming? D1 of 30, what is coming? D1 of 40, what is coming? Key error. Key error. It is an invalid key or not? Key error, index error, these are all called what? Predefined exceptions. Exception classes. These exception classes you defined, already defined. They are known as what? Predefined exception. We can develop our own exceptions also. So last and final. What is this input? Wrong input. Wrong input means what is created by PVM? Object. Which object is creating? Key error. Getting, students? What is 40? Invalid input. Invalid input is called what? Exception. Exception means what to create? Object. Object need exception class. What is an exception class? Kadan Japan. Sir. Malla ade jepte bayadu panpiste ippudu. 40 is what? Invalid input. Invalid input is called runtime error. Runtime error is called exception need to create, require. What is an exception class for wrong key? That's all. So key error, all those things, invalid value error, index error, these are all called which exceptions? Predefined. Already developed by whom? Python language people. Available in Python software or not? Dealing with which problems? Universal problems. Universal problems are what? Division by zero. Zero division error. Invalid number format. Value error. Invalid keys. Key error. Right or not? These are all comes under what? Predefined. Programmer defined exception is there. There is an ultimate. Programmer defined exception. I am entering into ATM center and I am keeping my card in reverse order. Keeping the card in reverse order is called what input? Invalid input. Invalid input requires what? Runtime error. Runtime error is known as what? Exception. Need to create what? Require what class? Do you have exception class in Python software? Not there. Who need to develop it? That's why it is known as what? Programmer defined exception class. Ingokasari. Pin number wrong is entered. Wrong pin entered. Entering wrong pin is known as what? Exception. Exception require what? Exception object to create what is required? Do you have the class in Python software? No. Who need to develop? Programmer. That's why it is known as which class? Programmer defined. One more. In your account, there is 10,000 rupees is there. But you are attempting to withdraw 20,000. You are thinking, if ATM is giving, we want to enjoy. But what is the code written inside? I will also write this code in the class. What is the code what you are entering? 20,000. It is checking now. If your amount is greater than your existing balance, what is that? It will be stopped or given now. So what is raising? Raise what? Exception is raising. What is that exception? Insufficient fund. Do you have that type of exception in our Python software? Now, who need to write it? That is known as which class? Programmer defined exception class. Spell out. How many types of exceptions are there? Two types. One is predefined exception, programmer defined exception. How many types? So first of all, are you clarity about this? Do you have clarity about these building points? Okay. Online students, please respond it, students. This is clear. And see here, this also I will save it here. Online students, stay online, ma. Don't leave the session. If you leave it, unnecessarily you are going out of coverage area. Because situation is not good. Learn subject very well. Follow the guidelines. Now I will move to the further. Types of exceptions I will show you. Types of exceptions I will show you. How many types of exceptions I said? Two types. If we carefully follow now, students, I will take it. Types of exceptions in Python. Then see. Types of exceptions. In Python programming, we have two types of exceptions. They are number one, predefined or built-in exceptions, programmer or user or custom defined exceptions. Number one, predefined or built-in exceptions. These exceptions are developed by Python language developer. That is a ROSM and all, and available in Python software. Used by Python language programmers means for you dealing with a universal problem. Some of the universal problem: invalid number format, invalid attribute name, attribute error, invalid key error, module does not exist, wrong index. These are all in the bracket lines or what exceptions? Predefined exceptions. Getting up. Next, come to the point. Programmer or user or custom defined exceptions. Tell me, what is this now? These exceptions are developed by Python language programmers and available in Python project, used by other team members of same project who are dealing with common problems in the project. This is a project related exception, student. This is a software related exceptions. These are universal problems. These are common problems. Some of the common problems are attempting to enter invalid pin in ATM application. So hold on, stop it, think about it. Invalid pin is called what? Exception. Anything wrong, exception. Anything correct, output. These two things only. Going wrong route, wrong direction. Correct route, reaching to the home. Same. Entering invalid pin in ATM application is called what? Exception. Exception means what to create? Object. Object need exception class. Do you have exception class in Python software for invalid pin now? No. That's why who need to develop? I will develop and show you. Next, attempting to withdraw more amount than existing balance. What it require? Come on, speak out. Attempting to withdraw more amount than existing means what? Exception. Wrong input. Exception. What to create? Object. Object need. Do you have exception class in Python software? No. Who need to develop? That's why it is known as what? Programmer defined exception. Got it, students? Next, attempting to enter invalid user and password. Attempting to enter invalid username and password. Also called what? Exception. What to create? Object need, which is not there in. That's why you need to develop now. That's why it is known as what? That's all. Anything wrong? Exception. Anything correct? Result. Are you getting? So that I will add to these points. Finally, ninth point I will add. When the application user enters what input? Valid input, then we get a result. That is nothing but what? Output. When the application user enters, tell me, mom, enters, which input? Invalid input, then we get exception. That's all. These two things you have to remember in the mind. This is one important note point. I will, instead of 9th point now, I'll write it as a note point. This is a note point I would like to write it. This is a note point I would like to write it. I hope you followed, students. Followed up, right? This is the most important statement, students. These points you have to remember daily when you are coming to the session. So these points you have to remember it. I hope you are understanding about building points for learning exception handling. And also you learned what types of exception. And next we will enter into how to handle the exception. That is called handling the exceptions concept is there, that I will introduce the syntax for it. What is the syntax here? These keywords I am going to discuss. So these keywords are going to be discussing at a stretch. I'll be using this in the next class. I will introduce this. How many keywords are required? 5 keywords are. Handling the exception is nothing but what? Converting which messages? Technical error messages into user-friendly error message. To do that, how many keywords we will use it? 5. For those 5 using, there is one type of what will be there? Syntax is there for that. That syntax I will explain in the next class. So even if I start, I cannot complete it. Tomorrow class I'll go for it. Today, what is my regular schedule? I taken out, I reached to it. You understand clearly. Tomorrow class I'll go for this part I will explain. Don't miss. Tomorrow only this part is discussing. We should not go for absent for this because tomorrow is an important session. Okay, students? I'll stop the class and tomorrow class will go for this concept. Online students, did you understand this today?